Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Live Now, where Filippo and I discuss cars that are currently live on Cars and Bids. But we have to start with last week's victor. Yep. Last week, we chose a garage based on cylinder count. We wanted to have as many cylinders as a Veyron, 16.
Yep.
And
I won.
You won.
Great.
Now, which I'm fine with because I just wanted to talk about the Auburn. That's all I wanted to do.
All right, well,
I helped educate you.
I will win once again.
Well, there is something the commenters have picked up on saying they're sick and tired. It's out here being sick and tired of your cheating. And I agree with the loophole here.
How many cylinders does an EV swapped RX-7 have? 0.
Now, will you listen to me? I am going to hold you to it. I'm going to be tough on this. And if you cheat, I'm going to play classical music in the office for an entire week. Whenever you're here, I'm putting on the music. I see you. Oh, there's Filippo. We're going to listen to Brahms today.
That sounds delightful.
Yes, but it will bother you.
However, I don't cheat.
Or you do cheat when you find loopholes, but I'm not letting you have it. And today we're doing a challenge where we're going to pick 3 cars. They have to cover all of your needs, and then one has to be American, one has to be European, some nationality, and one has to be Asian, of any Asian manufacturer. Those are the 3 we're picking today. So, you ready for this?
Luckily for us, we do have some Korean cars live. Unluckily for us, we don't have any VinFast, so no Vietnamese automobiles.
That is a shame. But nonetheless, we've picked our 3. And I'm going to start with my 3.
Yeah.
Because I chose very carefully as I wanted to cover the variety of needs that I have. And I think 3 cars does it really well. Of course, nobody needs 3 cars, but I feel that these ones do it well. The first one, I'm going to pick my American choice.
Yep.
S550 GT350.
It's a good choice.
One of the greats. Well, and what is there really to say about this car? Voodoo V8, manual transmission, unbelievably nice to drive. The R, of course, is a little bit more special.
Too hard.
This is to use and drive around. I found that the GT350 is just wonderful, and it's everything. I mean, it also is debatably the most iconic American sports car. The Corvette is
the original, the C2 Corvette, the original Mustang. But yeah, sure, that's 550 is up there.
The Mustang is as American as it gets.
It's a nameplate. Yeah.
Yes, the Mustang, and the GT350 is truly one of my favorite modern cars.
This is kind of the one you want too.
Yeah.
Low miles, under 6,000 miles, unmodified, which is rare and getting rarer. Red with the white stripes. Technology package. That's legitimately kind of what you like, the one you want.
It's a very sorted car. Yeah, it's a very nice one, very desirable. And I think that from my American needs, for what I want from an American car, does it well.
Great cruiser, great handling cruiser. Like you can do the handling, you can take it out on some back roads and have a lot of fun. You can also just kind of get places, really.
Right.
And you can, for the most part, daily drive one of these if you want to.
Totally. Now, I've for each of these cars, I've tried to pick a core competency for each nation. And I think kind of brash in your face, American, but competent. That's the modern American car.
Yeah.
For the Japanese, I chose a Japanese car. I want to focus on the Japanese specifically. And the thing is, they do really great sports cars, and they also do great rally bred cars, like they do the Japanese. But they also do phenomenal luxury cars.
Yep.
And so I chose them as my luxury daily, and that is this LS 430, which I realize is not a super exciting choice. However, this one is kind of one of the ones to have.
Just is.
The LS is just so good because you can kind of forget about it. They're renowned for their reliability and refinement and smoothness. This one has the ultra luxury selection package, which is what I want.
Ooh, power. Oh my God. It has dynamic laser cruise control.
Yeah, in O2.
And laminated side glass. And the Mark Levinson sound system. You can blast that classical music.
Yes, absolutely. I can drive around listening to the New World Symphony and have a great time. But it also has coil spring conversion, which for these cars adds a hint of reliability. They're one Achilles heel that they do have. And I also just think a big Lexus, that is just a great luxury car. I would be very happy with that. Not super exciting, but it's compared to my other cars, I needed the breath of fresh air that a simple, very nice, luxurious car can provide.
Honestly, you should just own one of these now.
I've thought about it, but I just don't want to give up the manual transmission and the.
Well, you could just drive this around and then get in your manual transmission GT350. This is a better 2-car combo than the 1-car M5. Saying it.
Well, that's
saying it.
Let me think. Wrong. But now moving on to my European choice.
Yeah.
European go a lot of different ways. I could have had that be my luxury car, but just based on what was on the site now, I had to. You have to be a little bit more. It takes more thought. You have to be more strategic about that. But there's one car you pointed out that is for me, like what Europeans do very well, and it's elegant, classic.
Yep.
Just perfect. And I did need a classic car because I have my fast barn sports car, my comfortable daily, and I chose the Series 1 XKE, which is just bite the back of your hand, gorgeous. I mean, just like, man, that is a pretty car. Oh, the E-Type in general is obviously a style icon. They were owned by a lot of very famous people in their time, and they are just beautiful. They were also bargains in their era. Ferraris were substantially more expensive than these cars, but these cars had great performance. They could do over 150 miles an hour at the time, and they were just really desirable cars, and they're equally as desirable today. In my opinion, it's one of the great classics to get into. They're very approachable price. I mean, this is a very nice one. I mean, look at the engine in this car. I mean, look at that.
I have not looked through this car. Oh my God, goodness! We know that it was reportedly restored in 2006, and it still looks stunning.
Mint. It looks wonderful. It really presents quite nicely. But again, and that straight six is one of the classic Jaguar engines, 100%. and debatably Jaguar's most important car in their entire history. And I think it'd be hard to argue as a classic. Like, this is kind of perfect. Just imagine me with my driving gloves behind that.
I can.
And that wooden steering wheel, just slightly flexing.
I love these three cars for you. They feel very, like, you can take, I remember one of the frustrations you had with your Ferrari when you had the 355 was that it just wasn't quite a good enough sports car to keep up with some of our friends that have a Mercy and a Carrera GT and a Ford GT and a Boxer Spider at the time and now an R8. The Shelby GT350 can 100% keep up with those on any kind of mountain sporty drive you do. And you can otherwise commute either in like the luxury of an LS430 or in the GT350. And when you just want to cruise, nothing is more iconic than this.
I completely
truly
thank you.
These are decent choices.
It was hard though because admittedly, for a while my European car was luxury. There's a Range Rover that's on the site. There's an autobiography that's incredible. Yeah, but it's like it's just hard. This is an easy one to do conceptually, but to do it with the cars that are currently on the site, it's like you just have to pick it so carefully.
Yeah,
I feel pretty
different
good.
direction.
Yeah, let's start with your daily.
Sure.
So I assume that this 100 series is the car that you'd use every day. Look at that thing.
We have a 2000 Toyota Land Cruiser live on the site that was one owner until this year, California owned from new, and has just 65,500 miles. That's unheard of in 100 series.
Yep, that's.
I also have always thought that these taillights are the best looking Land Cruiser taillights.
You don't like the facelift? Those are the ones.
I've always, maybe they're not the best looking, but they are the most iconic to me. I love three colors. I love amber turn signals. I always have, truly. And so I love these taillights specifically. This is unmodified, which is also rare, becoming rare for 100 series. But it's an early one, so I don't think you have to deal with AHC or any other related issues. And it's just so cool. It was also apparently special ordered without running boards or a roof rack or a rear spoiler or wood grade interior or a navigation system. So this is like a special ordered to be extra base. And it looks so minty clean inside because it's only had 65,000 miles and these cars last forever. So it's like you want all 100 series trucks are durable. This has removed everything else that's at all undurable or that wears, and you just get the ultimate durability.
The pure essence and reliability.
I've also never seen that many blink switches to the left of the steering wheel as I do in picture 78.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I love it for it. This is just the 100 series distilled.
Wow, Nicki Minaj super bass.
Super bass 100 series. Wow. And I love this. It's in San Diego. In our office zip code. And now I want it.
Is it really? Yeah, it is. Wow. Who owns this? We probably
I don't know. Why do we not know you? Come hang out at our office if you're selling this Land Cruiser. I'm legitimately super into this.
You're going to buy this? This is literally in our neighborhood.
It's on our reserve. I love this, though. Truly. I think it's a great daily driver. You can do everything. Period.
Wow.
So that's my daily driver.
Okay, that's a very good choice. Okay.
My week, I have a sports car now, and I have a adventure car now.
Oh, interesting. Let's do the adventure car.
All right. Go to the 2024 Ram Promaster Cargo 3500 extended head roof.
That is an adventure vehicle.
I don't need a classic car in my life, but I do love going on long trips. I do love going camping. I do love like going out into the world.
Okay.
And this can do that. It's a
like
beautiful.
camping?
I do like camping. Yeah. This is not really camping. You're in a van.
I've known you a while. Have you ever gone camping?
Camping literally 3 weeks ago.
Really?
Yes.
Not in a hotel.
Not in a hotel.
You're just out there.
Not in a hotel. And to be fair, this is a van. So like it's based on how this is built out, which is really nicely. If you go to the interior photos, it is a gorgeously done.
Oh yeah. I mean, that
camper.
looks like that.
So this is not really going camping. You know,
This is deep
there's like
glamping.
a nicer backsplash than I have in my home.
Got all that, and they couldn't upgrade the seats. Those look incredibly uncomfortable.
No, that they're made for everybody to drive hundreds of thousands of miles. This looks like a beautifully built out camper.
It does.
And
Love this.
I want to go on adventures with it. Period. I also want to be clear, because I think some people in the comments might accuse me of this, even though you don't know enough about regular cars to do so. This is sold in other markets as a Fiat Ducato.
Really?
The Ram vans are historically actually the European vans that FCA builds and has long built for the European market. But this is not a European car. It is sold under the Dodge Ram, under the Ram brand. This is an American car.
Look, buddy.
Even though it's really not.
If you had an actual a red, white, and blue American car, and you were going to make the argument that this was a European car, I would not let that stand.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm saying this is an American car because it's sold by Ram.
I agree with you. It is your American choice.
The Chrysler TC by Maserati, American car.
Absolutely. There's no question.
The Pontiac Mera,
no question.
which is a Pontiac Fiero designed to look like a Ferrari 308,
Dude,
American
that's
car.
a very American car. Yeah.
These are all just because they're also made in Europe. That's still an American car.
I agree.
So this is my like second exploring vehicle. You want to go off roading? Maybe I'll take the Land Cruiser. But I want to go and like camping in a tent. I'll take the Land Cruiser. If I want to go like
actually
cruise if I want to be in a van.
I also think I think the Landy is just a little too nice to do that too. Like it's just like it's so nice.
Nah,
it's been preserved.
Time to add miles.
Oh,
all right. Third car is my sporty car, which is a 2023 Ferrari 296 GTB.
Which, when I think of who you are, that is maybe the most antithetical choice. It is red. It is flashy. It is expensive. It is fast. Those are all attributes I would not level at you.
But it's a hybrid.
It is a hybrid.
It's a hybrid.
It is a hybrid.
So it's eco-friendly.
Look, I will not fault you. The 296 is one of the most appealing cars the company offers in their modern lineup.
Yeah.
They are brilliant to drive. They are gorgeous to look at. They sound very good. There's nothing to argue with. And this one had, if memory serves me, it had quite a few good offers. The red is a bit much.
The red interior is red.
But yes.
But I like it, actually. It kind of works.
It had...
Yeah, I don't know Ferrari options. I don't think or talk about this. But Doug had one here as a press car when it first came out.
Actually, it's pretty big.
Had a 296. Yeah, it's pretty big one. Had a 296 GTB here at the office briefly as a press car. And it is... These pictures look great. The car is way prettier in person than I think most photos make it out to be.
Mm-hmm. Those rear hip, like the haunches.
We've had other 296s, including one the week before this one, and like people make comments like, "Oh, why is it more attractive?" I remember the days when Ferraris were attractive. No, the 296 in person is a beautiful car.
It is beautiful,
truly.
I think it will go down as an enthusiast favorite in the long run, assuming they're reliable. Well, at least by Ferrari standards. Look at that. That is a really pretty shape.
I agree it's not the most Filippo choice.
It's without question not a Filippo choice, but it is a really good car.
Right.
It is right. And admittedly, I think there's a 911T, but you'd already picked one in recent weeks. And so you want it to be
recently for a different challenge. So
man
I
of
want
variety.
It to be different. And I do love that it's a hybrid, so you're around townage.
You made a point. I'm going to underscore for the audience, though. Not one manual. You have not one manual transmission car. I have two. So there is that.
I know, and I am legitimately sad about that.
It is. But again, it's what we have live on the site right now.
And also, there's no 296 manual.
No, man, imagine that. Oh, if only they would build that. Cool.
I am sad there's no manual, but I think the performance benefits outweigh this.
It does. I have to say your Ram and the 100 series serve very similar purposes.
But you don't want to drive a fully converted camper van around town. Realistically,
no, you absolutely do not.
Especially in the city, it's just a little bit too big. You can, but you don't want to.
be like driving this on a road trip. You can.
But like, do you want to? No. And so the Land Cruiser fits of an important daily need in my life.
Okay, I like it. I feel confidently with my choices. You seem to feel confidently with yours. And you can let us know who picked better. You can go to the community section. We have a post on it where you can vote. And of course, it'll be in the description below too.
You went for crowd favorites. You wanted to win this week. And I get it. After a few weeks of not winning, I get wanting to win. No. I went for what appealed to me right now.
Let me mansplain another thing to you. I pick what I like, but you let us know who picked better. And if you have any suggestions for what challenge we should do next, comment there as well, and we will pick something.
I kind of want the cars you picked. I like your choices a lot.
In my mind.
But I really wanted to have like an adventure ready.
You keep justifying it however you want. In my mind, I already want. But thank you all so much for watching, and we will talk to you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.